she asked herself. They had been driving in the chariot for at least 2 hours. The paved roads gave way to rougher bypasses, and then slip roads west of the capital to tracks in the forest. The breeze from the speed of the open vehicle tousled her hair. She didn't care. She was so happy, recounting. That first time Urmila and I walked through here, we heard the drums at the palace announcing our arrival. Do you remember? No response from the driver. He cracked the whip and the horses charged like lightning. Parrots flew past, shrieking in their rice-field green plumage lined with pomegranate pink. Our hearts were beating fast as the dancers seemed to leap down from the trees to welcome us. As young brides, we thought this was the gateway to the world of our husbands. The same happiness flooded her now, so she could override his silence. Her hand cupped her pregnant belly. She was 6 months past. When we took our vows, we circled Agni 7 times, and she continued, half laughing to herself. Over the years, we've all traveled 7 worlds of wonder, joy, fear, anger, even courage, with fire. Wouldn't you say, Lakshmana? Sita looked at him, and he steadily faced the path ahead of him, looking above the white rumps of the speeding horses and their red reins as the chariot drove on. I sent a message to Valmiki, was Lakshmana's reply. Teasingly, she said, I hope you didn't give too much away. I want to test his memory. Lakshmana smiled in spite of himself. Yes, she was referring to the great storyteller who chronicled events of mythological proportions. He remembered beyond memory, and now Sita was going to playfully challenge him. Lakshmana slowed the chariot down, as this part of the forest had low-lying boughs and the pathway meandered into shrubs. The hermitage also had protected deer roaming nearby. The dwellings were camouflaged. This encouraged deer, peacocks, and wildcats to come and feed there, trusting the few male and female ascetics who lived in the huts. Lakshmana brought the chariot to a halt a few yards from the clearing where the huts stood. Each hut sloped or stood straight depending on the length of the branches that had been cut to build it, crowned with a thatch of dried leaves. Each hut was lined with mud. The aroma of the sap from the freshly cut branches hung in the midday air. Lakshmana and Sita took a deep breath. Smell, the essence of memory. The smell of the past with associations recalling personal worlds. This smell evoked a memory of comfort. Even Lakshmana relaxed his tense muscles as he removed the harness from the horses and gave them water. I am here, and this is now, he told himself. Swiftly, he went to Sita's side as she held her belly and stepped out of the chariot. Amma, she uttered with relief as her feet touched the ground. He watched as she took in her surroundings. Then she began to hand him the various earthen vessels covered with plantain leaves containing gifts for Valmiki and fellow ascetics. First were the gifts of food. She steadied herself and pulled the sari pallu over her shoulder as she walked towards the clearing with one ceremonial vessel for Valmiki. Lakshmana, cradling the other vessels in his arms, followed her. Ah! Came a squealing grunt of welcome from Valmiki as he emerged from his hut. He stretched his arms and interlocked his palms skyward to make a stupa over his head. He did not look much like a wise aging sage. His creativity swirled all around him in little atoms of cheer. His upper body was bare with matted hair covering his back and chest. His quick, shuffling stride revealed he was simultaneously embarrassed and proud of his sizable belly. Valmiki smelt of wood smoke, bark, and ghee. These were the auspicious ingredients for sacred fires around which he often sat, chuckling merrily as he taught or gazing silently as he composed. His laughter, which was a cross between a donkey braying and a heralding trumpet, resounded through the forest. The birds of the forest fluttered down to complete the reception for Sita, who was paying